It's done with minimal bruising and swelling, just as it should be.
Why don't you go try it? Because you're going to be so happy?
Surgery would involve taking a piece of rib and putting it here.
It's going to make my arm. I want it to look like a cartoon or anime face.
Well,
We always wished we could have our own.
it was a dream in my mind. I wish I was asleep for this.
We all know that celebrities are known for their impressive looks and beauty. But behind their perfect appearance, they also put in a lot of effort to stay beautiful and attractive. Sometimes, in their desire to maintain their looks, they are forced to undergo less natural methods like plastic surgery. Most of the time, the results of these procedures turn out well. But there are also times when it leads to major mistakes and unexpected results. Shh. You for watching Shocking Transformation. And don't worry, because this is just part one. But before we start, if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe so you'll always be updated with videos like this. Number 15, KT Price. Peace. KT Price is an English media personality and model known for openly discussing her plastic surgery experiences, setting her apart from most celebrities. While others keep this kind of topic a secret, KT bravely shares her experiences and doesn't apologize for the changes she makes to herself. She started as a natural look model, but at the age of 30, she began to change her image. She prioritized her happiness until age 45 and experienced a major transformation in 1999. She went from 32B to 32DD and had her nose reshaped. By 2006, she introduced herself as totally plastic, which meant she had fully embraced her new identity. As time went by, her transformation became more noticeable. In 2016, she enhanced her lips, making her face look more radiant. And after 2 years at an award show, many people could hardly recognize her because her appearance had changed so much. Since 2019, her surgeries became even more intense, especially the year she had breast augmentation, where each implant weighed more than 4.4 pounds. As a result, some plastic surgeons voiced concerns about her health. Dr. Sue Felix, a medical professional, warns that the number and scale of KT's surgeries are dangerous and could have serious consequences. In a world where many celebrities hide their surgical journeys, KT Price remains unique because of her openness and honesty with the public. 14. Jocelyn Wildenstein. Jocelyn Wildenstein underwent numerous plastic surgeries not because of her own desire, but to please her husband, Alec. Unfortunately, this kind of situation is common among some celebrities, and most of the time the results are not good. Jocelyn started changing her appearance because of her husband's extreme fondness for cats. She aimed for a feline-like look, not to resemble a cat, but because of her husband's passion. Her procedures included an eye lift, upper and lower eyelid surgery, brow lift, facelift, lip injections, chin augmentation, butt grafting, and cheek implants. As time passed, her procedures became more frequent and intense. Her story grew even sadder when she and Alex separated. Although she received a large settlement, it did not erase the physical and emotional effects of what she went through. And despite the clear evidence of her surgeries, she strongly denied for many years that she had undergone plastic surgery. And according to some, her denial may be a sign of an addiction to surgery, which shows a sad situation. Number 13, Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell is a famous English television host and music executive known for shows like The X Factor and Got Talent. Over the years, there has been a noticeable change in his appearance, which made many people wonder if he had plastic surgery. In 2023, Simon admitted that he tried too many procedures to look younger. But instead of improving, his appearance became so strange that people said he looked like a horror movie character. The public was shocked, and even his son Simon Jr. was saddened by his father's appearance. Because of this, Simon decided to stop making drastic changes, removed some of the things that were put on his face, and chose simpler and more natural treatments like facials. He also became more health conscious. He now eats well, drinks plenty of water, and values health over obsessively pursuing youth. For Simon, it's more important now to look good and feel good in a natural and simple way. Number 12, Anastasia Poloshuk. Anastasia Poloshuk from Kiev, Ukraine underwent various cosmetic procedures such as Botox, veneers, chin and jaw shaping, and liposuction to change her appearance. Surprisingly, her face changed dramatically after all of these procedures. She started enhancing herself when she was only 26. And what's unique about her story is that she does the filler injections on herself. She learned this through online tutorials, and she says she follows strict hygiene rules as if she were a doctor taking care of a patient. Right now, her cheeks are very noticeable, and for her, she wants to have the most prominent cheeks in the world. In an interview in 2020, she said she wouldn't stop making her own fillers, even if there are doctors who are concerned about the possible dangers of what she's doing. Number 11, Pixie Fox. Pixie Fox spent around $120,000 on plastic surgery. All of it was to look like her favorite animated characters. Her target look is a combination of Tinkerbell and Jessica Rabbit, so she underwent many operations such as a nose job, eyelid surgery, brow lift, lip and cheek fillers, 4 breast surgeries, a Brazilian butt lift, permanent makeup, and even the removal of some ribs from her body. At first, she had a hard time finding a doctor who would agree to do these procedures because of the risks. But eventually, she found someone who agreed. Pixie encourages others to use plastic surgery to achieve their dreams. However, for many people, this message is dangerous, especially for young people who are easily influenced. Due to the extreme procedures she had, many grew concerned about her mental health and the long-term effects on her body. Number 10, Jessica Alves. Jessica Alves, who was originally born male, later came out as transgender, and now presents a more feminine appearance. Now, at just 17 years old, she dreamed of becoming what is called a human candle. So she spent around $100,000 for various body transformations. She had 4 ribs removed and abdominal implants inserted to create a 6-pack appearance. When she transitioned to being a woman, she underwent even more surgeries, spending even more money, time, and effort. One of her inspirations was the late Anna Nicole Smith, whom she admired since she was a child. She reportedly spent about $700,000 altering her body in 2 phases of her identity. Some people worried how much more her body could handle with the upcoming changes, since the human body has limits. Thank you for watching. Number 9, Sahar Tabar. People express themselves in many ways, like music, dance, or colorful hair. But for Fatima Kishan, better known as Sahar Tabar, there is a unique way of expressing herself. She had over 50 surgeries to resemble a zombie Angelina Jolie. She went viral in 2017 when photos of her unique appearance spread online. Until now, it's unclear how many surgeries she actually had, but many believe there were a lot. Her story became even more controversial when she had legal problems in Iran. She was accused of a vague case called blasphemy and was imprisoned. At first, it was said that she could be jailed for up to 10 years, but later she was released after posting bail. The combination of her unusual transformation and legal problems is the reason why her story became even more unique and remarkable. Number 8, Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke's experience with plastic surgery is different compared to other celebrities who want to look younger. For him, it's not only about improving his looks, but also repairing serious facial damage. In the 1990s, Mickey returned to being a professional boxer. Even though he was successful in amateur boxing with 12 consecutive knockouts in the 1960s and 1970s, it took a heavy toll on his body, especially on his face. Because of boxing, he suffered 2 broken noses, a torn tongue, a compressed cheekbone, and temporary memory loss. As a result, he had several reconstructive surgeries to restore his face. He was unhappy with the initial results and had multiple surgeries. Eventually, this caused him to become almost unrecognizable in his later appearances. To fix the damage, he had 5 nose surgeries and 1 procedure for his cheekbone. Mickey admitted he made a mistake choosing the doctor for his facial reconstruction, which caused the poor results. Number 7. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, known as the King of Pop, is one of the most well-known examples of a celebrity who underwent numerous plastic surgeries. If you compare his photos from his youth to the pictures taken before he passed away in 2009, you can see a huge change in his appearance. His journey started with a desire to improve his nose, and stories say he was hesitant then about how the result would look. That's why he first encouraged his sibling LaToya to undergo surgery. When the outcome turned out well, Michael also decided to get a nose job in 1979. And from there, his changes continued non-stop. Dr. Ed Agorbis said he may have undergone nearly 100 procedures in his lifetime. Because of the sheer number of operations, it also became difficult to determine his former appearance and even his ethnicity. Even though not all the details are complete, Dr. Wallace Goodstein, who worked with Michael's surgeons in the 1990s, shared that he underwent numerous nose jobs, cheek implants, eyelid surgeries, and a chin cleft procedure. Dr. Goodstein says it's even more surprising that Michael sometimes had surgery every 2 months and occasionally underwent up to a dozen procedures in one session. This shows how committed he was to changing his appearance. Number 6. Hang Myoku. Myoku is a tragic example of extreme plastic surgery obsession. She began having surgeries at 28 to achieve perfect skin. She even traveled to Japan for numerous cosmetic procedures, but doctors eventually refused to operate because she'd already had so many. When she returned to Korea, her appearance had changed so much that even her own parents could no longer recognize her. She tried to seek help for her mental health, but eventually she found a surgeon who gave her a silicone injection and the tools so she could inject herself. When she ran out of supply, she used cooking oil and injected it into her face, which caused severe swelling, scarring, and permanent damage. Many people sympathized with her and donated money to help. She had over 10 surgeries to repair her face, but it still isn't fully restored. Now, at the age of 16, she works at a thrift or secondhand clothing store and receives assistance from the government. And she still hopes that someday her former appearance will be restored, which serves as a reminder of how dangerous it is to be overly dependent on plastic surgery. That's it. Tiffany Taylor has one of the most unique stories when it comes to plastic surgery. She spent most of her life trying to look like Ivanka Trump. For Tiffany, Ivanka is the perfect role model for women, even though it's not clear why she admires her so much. Because of this, she underwent numerous surgeries to imitate the appearance of Donald Trump's daughter. Surprisingly, within a year, she underwent 13 surgeries, including 2 breast augmentations, a nose job, and numerous cheek fillers. But eventually, some doctors refused to continue her surgeries because they were concerned about her health. Her obsession reportedly started after her 10-year marriage. So some say it might be more about searching for emotional support rather than just wanting to look better. Besides those, she had liposuction, lifts, tucks, and other enhancements on her body and face. Despite all of this, many still say that she doesn't completely look like Ivanka yet. Instead, some say that she looks more like Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera. No one can really guess who she truly wants to imitate. That's why the mystery remains as to why she is so determined to look like someone whose appearance seems so hard to imitate. Number 4. Victoria Wilde. Victoria Wilde, originally from Latvia, had multiple plastic surgeries to achieve a highly controversial look. Among the procedures she had were 3 breast augmentations that increased her bust size to 32G, as well as permanent lip implants and Botox treatments. Her goal back then was to look like an inflatable love toy, which highlights the significant effect of societal pressure when it comes to beauty and appearance. Her story grew more controversial after she admitted her sugar daddy and modeling agency paid for all her transformations. This shows how some parts of society accept extreme body transformations in exchange for fame or money. Victoria says her desire to change began due to an inferiority complex or low self-confidence. But as time went by, she learned to embrace the attention she received and was no longer bothered even when people called her a human blow-up doll. Her story serves as a reminder of how social pressure can affect a person's self-image and how far someone is willing to change just to be accepted and noticed. Number 3, Naneth Hammond. Thanks to Sananadamun, who wasn't afraid to spend a lot on her looks, she is estimated to have spent about $500,000 on plastic surgeries. According to her, she is still willing to undergo more operations to look younger and to improve her life. What's more concerning is that she says she will continue these procedures until the age of 70, which means she will spend almost half of her life changing her appearance, all just to look like someone else. To further showcase her journey, she even joined a reality show that documented everything she went through. This led many to worry about Hollywood and the media shaping society's views on beauty and self-worth. Number 2, Blondie Bennett. Blondie Bennett, the name she chose for herself, has had a deep admiration for Barbie's appearance ever since she was a child. Wanting to resemble the plastic doll, she had many surgeries. She even started taking photos dressed and styled like a real Barbie, which some people find odd and confusing. Her story grew more controversial when her mental health was revealed. According to reports, she is undergoing hypnotherapy to deliberately reduce her ability to think and become dumber. And yes, you heard that right. She says she's acting more absent-minded and forgetful so others will see her as a simpleton. After changing her body to look like Barbie, now she wants to separate herself from being human in terms of thinking. She even jokes about the success of the treatments and seems content with her changed mental state. This is a decision that surprised many and raises a lot of questions about the real motive behind such drastic steps. Number 1, Nikki Exotica. Meet Nikki Exotica, also known as Nicole Sanders. According to reports, she spent around $750,000 on numerous cosmetic surgeries, and at times, she even put her own life at risk. Nikki was born male, but her identity is now entirely different. She spent nearly 20 years having multiple surgeries to look like a real-life Barbie doll. Her story is unique because ever since she was a child, she already felt a disconnect with her former identity. This led her to become fascinated with Barbie dolls, inspiring her drastic body transformation. But the question really remains, is this decision right? Is it justifiable to risk one's own health and life just to achieve an ideal appearance? Her story opens up a deeper discussion about identity, self-acceptance, and the limits of changing oneself.